Hello my friend and welcome to this reading. My name is Oki and today we are having a look at the upcoming winter season and what kind of blessings it will bring you. And as you can see, I've shuffled out 4 cards for you. And I am not surprised that my guides told me today not to show you the cards face up. Because of course the winter starts with the longest night and the shortest day. That is on the 21st December when the sun has reached its southernmost point and then will return towards the north again. So on the northern hemisphere at least, this is when the winter season starts. And the winter season, of course, it's known for being a time of pause and stillness and reflection, but also a time of renewal and quiet growth. And we are having a look at what opportunities for renewal and growth especially are coming in for you. So today you will choose your group either by the group number or by the objects that I have placed on the cards. And we have group number 1 with this little candle, group number 2 with the magpie feather, group number 3 with the scarab beetle, and group number 4 with this coral growing on a seashell. And even I don't know what these cards are, so we will find out together. And as always, you will find the timestamps in the description box below. I hope you enjoy your reading. Hello again, and let's get started with your reading. So let's find out together what this first card is actually. And we have Nascent. Your potential is ripe. So something has silently grown and is now ripe for harvest. Very beautiful card. And of course with the ladder and those apples, I think you've really worked on something, or you took several steps to get to a certain point, and now you are at the top of the ladder and you just have to reach out to harvest your rewards, to harvest the abundance that you have built. Or maybe you've worked on your spiritual path and now you will gain a new perspective from that. Or maybe you've worked on building relationships and now you will be rewarded in this way. So it could really be anything. But I think it's great that it says your potential is ripe. So something has been building slowly inside of you and now you can bring it into the world. Okay, but let's have a look at what this first blessing of renewal is. And this card fell out and it says freedom. Breaking free from something maybe. Yeah, maybe with this card also you've been trying to become more independent, either financially or maybe emotionally or spiritually. And I think this winter will be a good time for you to finally break free if you haven't done so yet, or to enjoy your freedom or to enjoy your independence. I'm really getting a sense of moving up and moving on from what was previously in your life. But let's get some tarot cards to get more clarity on what this freedom is all about. One card fell out and it says the High Priestess. So yes, could maybe be a spiritual path, or just listening to yourself more and listening less to what other people are saying, listening to your heart and your intuition more maybe. Also seeing this card, the King of Pentacles. Very beautiful card with this white snake. So I think maybe also a lot of healing, either emotional healing or maybe even physical healing. And I feel you are now just getting it all together, taking the last steps. You've already worked on this. You've already achieved this in a way, and now it's time to break through and to break free, I feel. And if you're working on becoming more financially independent, I think you will also reach a breakthrough maybe, or more stability, more long-term success with your projects this winter with the King of Pentacles. The King, of course, is the energy of having mastered a certain area. And in the case of Pentacles, could be financial, could be building a business, could also be improving your health, building strength, taking good care of your body and improving your health in that way. However, always paired with intuition, wisdom, inner knowledge. So really creating from within yourself. And I think that's your potential, your power, to know that you can create from within yourself. You can bring your own wishes and dreams and desires into this world and make them become reality, with maybe hard work, of course. But I think there has been a process that is now coming to fruition, that is now coming to harvest, as we spoke about before, or that is now being renewed because we asked for the blessing of renewal. And I think maybe the renewal or the new thing is that you're finding more freedom in it. You're not worrying so much about it anymore. I'm getting a strong sense that you're feeling very confident about whatever that is, whatever projects you have been working on. And also combining like a inner path and an outer path, combining maybe your spirituality with your everyday life, or even with your work life or business or whatever it is. And I think the renewal is also about getting a boost in this area. Okay, and let's now have a look at what this blessing of growth is for you that's coming in. See this card, prosperity. Yes, very nice. I think that also goes very well together with those other cards. There's a lot of abundance coming in, and it's almost like a blessing raining down from above. So I think it will feel very effortlessly. Yeah, I think it will feel very much like a blessing from the universe, or from the gods, or from the goddess, or whatever you believe in. And you will really be able to enjoy and celebrate it. But let's get some more tarot cards for that as well, to see how this will unfold. We have the Page of Wands and the Six of Cups. Yeah, the first thing I heard was the Six of Cups is that a long-held wish will be fulfilled for you. You've been dreaming about this for a very long time. You've been working on this for a very long time. And I think how this will unfold will feel almost magical to you. I think there's really this sense of it has been slowly like boiling under the surface, and now it is coming up. I feel there's a lot of things maybe either behind the scenes that shifted for you, supported by the universe, or you have done a lot of inner work and connecting to your inner wisdom to actually be able to do whatever this is in a very aligned way, in a way that feels very resonant to you, to your heart. And where it all comes together is the sense that I'm getting your heart, your mind, the practicalities of it, but also the spiritual aspects of it. Yeah, that's really, again, an overall thing that I'm getting is things coming together, different aspects of your life. And I want to repeat this gesture, like coming together and creating this round thing of abundance, like almost like a bowl where all the abundance is dropping into and being gathered in. That's the image I'm getting. And then you can brew up new things from there. Yeah, I'm getting a really strong sense of things coming to fruition, coming to bloom, coming to fulfillment. And I'm getting a sense of sort of stillness and pause and not doing anything anymore to those projects that you've started, but just resting and watching them unfold is what I'm getting. But let's have a look at what other themes might be important for you this winter. And we have Black Bryony, Catharsis. Very interesting. So the first thing I was feeling with this card is again a sense of abundance, of fullness, of your cup being filled, of fruits ripening. And with the catharsis, I feel, yes, maybe it took a long time to get there. Maybe it was a bit of a difficult path, or it was difficult to see how it would work out. But now it's sort of coming together, as I mentioned before, and shifting and transforming into something else that lifts you up. You are ready. You are ready is what I'm hearing again. And the long path to get there, you will get the sense that it was worth it, is what I'm also hearing. Because you will gain both freedom and prosperity from it. Not only prosperity, but abundance. Abundance in all areas of your life. Fullness, fulfillment in all areas of your life. Maybe not immediately in all areas of your life, but like one after the other. Because you will have created a stable basis for yourself. A independent basis for yourself from which you can go even further and do even more, achieve even more, enjoy even more, celebrate even more. And I feel you've come to a point where maybe before you had the feeling that there was only one path and maybe even a difficult path, and now you're coming to a place where it opens up for you and there are a lot of paths you could choose from. But I feel also right now you're not being asked to make a choice. Right now you're being asked to just enjoy and celebrate that you have come to this point. Okay, but let's get some more cards for you. Okay, I'm taking the top card and this card that was sticking out. I'm sorry, I'm sometimes not very good at shuffling, but I still get the cards that I need to get. So let's see what this is. We have the Queen of Swords. We have the Three of Swords, a very beautiful and powerful card in this deck. And we have the Chariot. And it's interesting that the Chariot landed under the Prosperity card, I think. You are very close to victory is what I'm hearing. Of course, that's maybe a bit of a strange wording, but that's what the Chariot energy is all about. Riding to victory, taking action and being victorious with it, being focused. and being sort of aligned with it. And with the Queen of Swords landing under the Freedom card, I think you will gain great clarity and, as I mentioned before, great confidence in your next steps, in your choices, in your abilities. Great clarity and confidence in all of those areas. And you will have no difficulty whatsoever choosing your path. Also with the High Priestess again, connecting to your inner knowledge, to your inner wisdom, to your intuition. And this Three of Swords card is, I feel, so powerful with those stars and lightning coming out of their eyes and breaking the ice, breaking open a path, so to speak, breaking open a window, being able to see what you haven't been able to see before. Yes, a very powerful card, I feel, of breakthroughs. And I think that also goes very well with the catharsis. As I mentioned before, it feels like everything is coming together. Maybe you needed to do some healing, maybe also some emotional healing. And now you've done that. Everything becomes so much more clear to you, I feel. Yes, very beautiful reading. I feel that I want to get one more card. I'm not sure from which deck though. Okay, let's get one more card from this deck. And we have Beacon of Fortitude, ground and connect. Yeah, again, a strong sense of things coming together and creating a base for you to operate from, to reach even further, to reach up from. And of course, this card also reminds me a bit of the Ace of Pentacles in Tarot, which can also signify a renewal of abundance, a renewal of stability. And I love that it says ground and connect, so you will feel grounded and safe and stable, but also very connected to other people, to the world outside you, to, as I mentioned before, exploring new paths. Like a tree that when it has strong roots, it can also grow a lot of branches and become a prosperous tree with a lot of fruits and branches and leaves and so on. So yes, very beautiful reading with freedom and prosperity coming in for you, and clarity and the opening up of many more possibilities. Yes, I think the winter season will be very rewarding for you and will be a time to maybe pause and relax a little and just watch things unfold and celebrate. All right, that is all for today. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. Please consider liking and subscribing, and see you next time. Hello again, and let's get started with your reading. So let's find out together what this card actually is. And we have the Crone. Know your power. Very interesting card and very dynamic card also as well. I mean, this sort of motion, it looks almost like a scythe. Is that a word? You know, that harvest tool that the Grim Reaper also is known for using. And of course, the crone can sometimes be connected to the energy of death, but also, of course, the energy of wisdom and the energy of harvest. Very interesting. So from that, I'm getting the feeling that maybe this winter season for you, a season of transition will come up. Maybe a time of growing in wisdom. Maybe a time of harvest, a time of stepping into your power. And I'm also getting something about making a decision making a wise choice. I'm not quite sure yet what this is about, but maybe you already know what this decision, this important decision is that is coming up. I'm getting a really strong sense that you're being asked to make a decision. But let's find out more. Let's have a look first at what this blessing of renewal is that is coming in for you. Forgiveness. Very interesting. Yeah, I'm getting a sense that something needs to be let go. Something needs to be released. Maybe cleansed. And we have the 6 of Swords and the 6 of Cups. 2 sixes, so maybe it is about restoring some sort of balance. And the 6 of Swords also, of course, is a card of moving on, so that goes very well with the letting go and cleansing that I already mentioned. Maybe moving on from something mentally or emotionally, but also could be actually moving on in a different direction. So for example, moving house or moving to a new job or leaving a relationship, something like that. I think there's something in your life that needs to shift and change, and where you have to sort of make a mature, a wise choice about it. Very beautiful card. But it also gives me a sense of this is a path you have to take by yourself, or this is a decision you have to make by yourself. Of course, with inspiration and guidance and help from your spirit guides or the universe or goddess or whatever you believe in. But yeah, I'm again getting a strong energy of cutting the cords, making a choice to move on, maybe making a choice to forgive or to simply walk away from something that isn't right for you anymore. And it could involve other people that you want to move away from, but it could also be just something within yourself that feels outdated, where it feels like you have outlived it. It feels like it is not a good fit for you anymore. And you're being asked to step into your power, to step into your wisdom. And to take, I'm also hearing, responsibility for something. Maybe you've been looking to get answers from other people or getting answers from outside, or you felt like you can't really make a choice. And if this is a situation where others have done you dirty and there's something that you feel like was outside of your control, I'm very sorry and to hear that. But I'm also here to tell you that now is the time to take back your power, to take back your choice, to take up the responsibility for creating a better path for you, a better life for you. And also forgiveness, of course, is a choice. And what I want to speak about is that we don't have to forgive, right? If someone did something bad to us, we don't have to forgive them. We can just walk away. We can just cut the cords and move on with our own life. Forgiveness is always an option, but it's not necessary to move on. And I feel I needed to say that because sometimes people say that forgiveness is necessary for us to be able to heal, or is necessary for us to move on. But I don't think that is true. And I think there can be a lot of pressure to feel like you have to forgive others. And sometimes that can be a blockage to your progress as well. I mean, if it's in your heart to forgive others, or maybe you have to work on forgiving yourself, I don't know, then of course that can help to heal, that can help to move on. But it is not necessary. And I feel someone needed to hear that. Yeah, and with the 6 of Cups, I am getting a sense of heart healing, of healing your inner child, maybe. Maybe this is something very old that you've been still carrying around with you, maybe even from your childhood or from your younger years anyway. And you will get a chance to reevaluate it and to finally move away from it and to restore balance by moving away from it. So yeah, I think this blessing of renewal actually has to do with making a completely new start in one or more than one areas of your life and letting go of the old, finally letting go of it. Okay, but let's have a look what this blessing of growth is all about. Confidence, okay. Yes, that also goes very well with what I mentioned before, the stepping into your power, stepping into your wisdom, stepping into your responsibility. Okay, and I'm getting this card, Queen of Wands, another card about confidence. There's other aspects to it as well, of course, but confidence is a really strong theme I'm getting with the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands. Wow. So really, really stepping into your power, stepping into following your heart, following your passions, making good choices for yourself, knowing who you are, expressing who you are, being confident, being powerful, and also aligning with others that are confident and powerful and are a good match for you. And also bringing together different aspects of yourself. I don't want to say the feminine and the masculine aspects because I don't necessarily like reinforcing those stereotypes, but just different aspects of yourself. Like this, of course, is a scene during the night and this is during the day. So maybe bringing together your intuition and your emotional side with your creative and expressive and active side. And with all those animals here, I think you will find a lot of help on your path, a lot of support on your path. Maybe even some new friends or new relationships. Once you step into your confidence, once you step into your power, it will draw in different people that resonate with this new energy of yours, that are a good or even perfect match for you. Yes, I already love you reading this. It feels so powerful, the shift, the change that's coming for you. It feels very powerful. And it also feels like it will allow you to let go of a lot of grief and pain and heaviness and step into this new bright, fiery energy that really, I think, will reinvigorate you. And of course, one aspect of the crone can be the aspect of old age. And however, in this reading, I'm getting maybe you're feeling a bit old and tired and weak now. You feel like you've withered inside and you will be rejuvenated, reinvigorated. That is what it will feel like for you once you've made this decision to move on, to let go, to finally release what is holding you back. Because with those cards, I am getting you very powerful. And you know who you are. There's just something that has been weighing you down or holding you back, and I think this winter season will be a good time to reflect on it and make the necessary choices. Okay, but let's have a look at what else is coming in for you this winter season. And we have Thorn Apple, embrace your weirdness. And more than embrace your weirdness, with this card, I am getting embrace who you are. Because as I just mentioned, you already know who you are. You just have to maybe practice a bit more making decisions and being confident in who you are and what is aligned with you. Making decisions, what is a good match for you. And making decisions about the things that you don't want anymore. And not allowing others to dictate who you are or how you express or present yourself. So stepping more into your authenticity could also be a theme for you. And finding strength and confidence in that, maybe. Eight of Cups, the Hermit, and the Emperor. Yeah. No, actually, I want to shift those cards, because with this card, it's like, again, you are almost there. You just have to reach out and actually make the decisions to reach for it. And then you can have it. Whatever it is that you want. Because you've climbed up all the way on top of this mountain. So don't climb down again without claiming your prize, is what I'm hearing. You deserve it. You deserve to be who you are. And be confident about it. With the Emperor also, like great confidence, great radiance, great sovereignty over your own life, great abundance also. Yes, again, I'm hearing claim the authority over your own life. And this all will unlock for you once you leave whatever that is behind. And with the Eight of Cups, another card of leaving something behind and moving on and searching for something better. Trusting that something better will come, even if maybe you don't know what it is yet. And maybe it's even that you can't see those things right now. And you don't have to exactly know where you're going. You have to take those first steps. And I think those first steps is making decisions about what you don't want anymore. And searching for things that are more aligned with who you are. And I think the path for you will unfold once you allow yourself to express yourself more freely, to be more confident about who you are. As I mentioned before, it will draw in the right people. And I think it will also, with that, open up your mind and heart and eyes for new ideas, for new avenues to explore and to follow. And with the Hermit, I feel maybe it has been so far sort of a lonely path, or maybe you've been sort of holding in who you are, and now is the time to really embrace it, embrace who you are, embrace what you want, go for what you want, allow yourself to move on and to heal. And I feel maybe what is holding you back is that you feel that you have some sort of obligation to stay where you are, or you have some sort of, I don't know, maybe you've just settled into whatever the situation is, and you try to convince yourself that it is the right thing for you, or that it's good enough for you, or that it's okay. When really, I think in your heart of hearts, you feel that it's not enough for you. It's not good enough for you. It might be somehow convenient for you, but there's more out there, is what I'm getting to tell you. Don't settle. Don't settle for less. Don't settle for less than being the Emperor or the Empress, the sovereign, the authority in your own life. Yes, very beautiful and powerful reading. Let's get one more card maybe. We are getting two more cards, and we have Disenchant, you are protected, and Bounty of happiness, this gift is for you. Very beautiful, and also very fitting with this reading, because as I mentioned before, this will unlock for you once you've left this behind. Bounty of happiness. Yeah, the things that are aligned, the people that are aligned with what you want and who you are, you will unlock them. You will unlock this gift of happiness, this gift of authority, this gift of confidence, this gift of being able to be yourself. And yeah, disenchant, really move on from what is holding you back. And as I mentioned before, maybe you felt an obligation to stay, but with this card you are protected. I'm also getting that maybe it didn't feel safe to leave that situation. Maybe it didn't feel safe to leave that situation because you don't know how to get to this yet. But this card is telling me that, of course, use your common sense and make your own decisions. But this card is telling me that it is protected, it is guided by the universe. You are safe. You can now do this. And you don't have to fear that there will be negative consequences from it. In fact, I think the universe is asking you through this reading, through this message, to dare and take a leap of faith. Disenchant. Maybe also, if you've been trying to convince yourself, as I mentioned before, that this is okay, disenchant yourself and gain clarity on what it is that you want and what it is that you don't want anymore. Because I feel, and I don't want to be negative, but I get a strong sense that I should mention it. I feel that if you stay here much longer, or any longer even, you will regret it. You will regret it, because now is the time to leave, is what I'm hearing again. Now is the time to act. Now is the time to step into your power, into your authenticity. So this is really a message of encouragement, because this bounty of happiness is waiting for you. All right, yes, a very beautiful, very powerful message. This is all for now, so thank you so much for spending this time with me. Please consider liking and subscribing, and see you next time. Hello again, and let's get started with your reading. So let's find out together what this card is. But before I flip it over, I actually want to say that even right now, I'm getting a great sense of excitement, maybe a bit of nervousness or uncertainty as well, but mainly a very positive feeling of excitement, like I'm sitting at the edge of my seat and I can't wait for it to start. So let's start. Let's see what this card is about. Interesting. It says, lost, choose joy as your compass. So it does mention joy, so something joyful is probably about to happen or about to start, but it also says lost. So maybe you're not yet feeling excited. Maybe you're still in a state where you feel a bit lost or confused, or you don't know where to go next or what to do next, or you're searching for something. Maybe you also feel that you have lost your inner compass even, or even lost a sense of yourself. Maybe you got distracted, or life didn't go as you had planned or something like that. A lot of different and even opposing, ambivalent energies that I'm getting here. But let's have a look first at what this blessing of renewal is all about. Peace. Interesting. Yes, actually this card feels a bit turbulent, doesn't it? So maybe peace is what you're seeking. Or making peace with something from the past, maybe even. Let's get some more cards. No, that's not it, yes. Okay, Knight of Wands and 3 of Wands. Yeah, with the 3 of Wands. And I love this deck, it has so beautiful illustrations. With the 3 of Wands and the Northern Lights here, I'm really getting a sense of guidance from your spirit guides, of things becoming clear, of a path opening up. And maybe it will give you some peace of mind, finally knowing, okay, this is a way I can move forward. And with the Knight of Wands, I feel once this path, this opportunity has opened up for you, things will move quite quickly. So if you're struggling right now to even know where you're going, I think the peace will be about having peace of mind by having a plan, by having a vision, by having found a path or an opportunity and being able to follow it as well. Yeah, and with this card, I'm getting a strong sense that you are being blessed, you are being guided, you are being protected by your spirit guides. And I think maybe spend some time getting to know or connecting more with your spirit guides, or maybe praying if that is something that you do, praying for guidance, praying for peace, praying for a path to open up for you, praying for guidance, for a direction for you. Okay. I think we will find more about it as the reading goes on, but let's have a look now at what this blessing of growth is that is coming in. Empowerment. Very beautiful card too, with the full moon in the background. Or maybe it is a halo, and it's interesting because this card also has this sort of halo around her. Okay, let's see. And the star, very beautiful energy. And the Ace of Wands. Yes. Again, with the Northern Lights up here and the fireflies here and the candle. So some sort of enlightenment, some sort of guidance, direction showing up for you, guiding light showing up for you, guiding star showing up for you with a star. And of course the star can also be a card of receiving blessings, a wish being granted, a wish being fulfilled. And also here she is connecting with her spirit self or her higher self, or maybe a guardian angel or something like that. Reconnecting with yourself is what I'm hearing. Reconnecting with your heart, with your joy, with the things that bring you joy. Or maybe you don't right now know what the things are that could bring you joy. Maybe you've either forgotten or something in your life has shifted and now you don't know how to be with the situation that at this moment and also experience joy. And of course I can relate to that, because when my chronic fatigue got worse and worse and worse, there were so many things that I had to give up, including all of my previous hobbies. And it was very difficult for me to figure out and find new things that bring me joy and are also something that I'm able to do that's not too strenuous for me. And that's, for example, how I found art. And art is such a huge part of my life right now. And maybe I would never had the time or inspiration or incentive to explore art if this situation hadn't changed for me. But it was quite the process of readjusting and of course first accepting, okay, this is the situation right now, and grieving the things that I've lost, and then also asking myself, how can I be with that, and how can I be with that and also experience joy and bring joy back into my life. And maybe you're going through a similar process where you feel a bit lost, or you've been forced into a situation where you feel like you can't follow your plan anymore, or you can't follow your previous path anymore. And you need some new inspiration, some new guidance, some light guiding you in the dark. And I think that light, that inspiration, that guidance will come from connecting with yourself, connecting with your heart, going inside, asking yourself what it is that you want, or what it is that brings you joy. And if you don't know that yet, then just explore different things. So even if you have to try out things that only make you find out that those aren't the things that you want, that's at least a first step in finding what you want. And I think following your heart, or finding out what you want and who you are, that will give you back a sense of power and agency if you have maybe temporarily lost it. I think that's your path to empowerment, choosing joy, or follow your bliss, as they say. That is your path to empowerment and to peace. And it's interesting because we have so many wands cards here. We have 1 major arcana card and 3 wands cards. And the wands, of course, represent the element of fire, that can stand for passion, inspiration, and also spirituality. So it really is about following your own path, following your own passion, but also opening up to spiritual guidance from your higher self, from your spirit guides, from the angels, or whatever it is you believe in. Okay, but let's have a look at some more energies that are coming in for you this winter. And we have Bright Star with Larkspur, and Manifesting with Nutmeg. So we have the star twice, and also the colors of the cards are very similar. And even how the trees, do you see that? Even how the trees branch out in this card, and how those leaves branch out in that card. So I feel this is just a message that is sort of reinforcing this message from the star card. Blessings will be coming in, guidance will be coming in. Things will change and shift for the better if you are able to connect to yourself, to your higher self, to your guidance, to your intuition maybe also. And with the nutmeg again, this very fiery energy here with the flames depicted on her dress. So again, I'm getting a sense of following your heart, following your passion, or finding out what your passion actually is, and that will unlock your ability to manifest things in your life, manifest more joy, more happiness in your life, manifest a path for you to open up, and getting to a space where you feel more peaceful, more fulfilled. Let's get some more tarot cards as well. We have the King of Pentacles, the King of Wands, the Hanged Man, and the Four of Wands. More Wands cards. With the King of Pentacles, the first thing I'm hearing is you have to allow yourself a period of healing, a period of grounding and stability and regaining your balance, regaining your foothold, I'm hearing. Maybe a bit of a pause where you take time to get to know yourself, to get to know your guides, to go inside and reflect. And of course, the snake can be a symbol of healing as well. And maybe even giving your body a bit of rest. Maybe you've been very busy, and maybe because you felt lost, maybe you've been a bit frantic and searching here and there and everywhere. But I think the way forward is to pause and reflect, even with the hangman here as well. And wait for a path to open up for you. Wait for a perspective to open up for you. Maybe not just sit there and wait and do nothing, but more so taking your time to slowly getting to know yourself again, or readjusting to circumstances again, and getting to know yourself, how you can be in this new situation maybe. And doing that, focusing on this alignment, will give you a great sense of power, I think, of energy to actually follow that path, as we mentioned before with the Knight of Wands. Once that path becomes clear, you want to be ready to follow it, and you will be ready to follow it. But you might have to pause and reflect and rest and regenerate first. And become aware first. Do some reflection, do some soul searching maybe, gain a new perspective with the hangman maybe. But even with the Four of Wands, I feel that once you are able to follow your heart, and once you are able to connect with yourself in that way, joy and happiness and stability and all the good things will return to you. A sense of aliveness will return to you. A sense of purpose will return to you. A sense of connectedness maybe even. Because a part of this also feels quite lonely to me actually. And I think that is what the excitement that I felt at the very beginning is about. That yes, it feels all a bit unclear and unstable and maybe busy, or you're not able to see where this is all leading yet, or maybe you're not even able to see that there is hope still, there is joy for you to be had still. Then this reading is an encouragement to trust and to get excited about, because this is available to you. This is very available to you. This is reachable for you, this goal. But you may have to search for it a bit and reflect on it a bit. Maybe it is, or not it is, but it seems less accessible to you than it was before. The joy seems less accessible to you than it was before, maybe. The sense of aliveness maybe also. And this, it will return to you. I feel that this card holds a strong promise that those things will return to you. Because it also has a circular motion here, right? So the wheel will turn. And maybe you felt that you're sort of going down at the moment, but you will be going up again. I get a strong sense of that. But yeah, let's get one more card from this deck. Two cards actually, and we have Ancestral Alchemy, Conjure Your Legacy, and Spiral, Time for Rest and Repose. Yeah, I find this card especially very interesting because we have the snake again. And as we mentioned before, the snake can stand for healing. And it says rest, time for rest and repose. We already talked about that as well before. And we also already talked about this circular motion, about the wheel turning, and it can look like you're going down, but then you're going up again, and it's actually a spiral movement that's lifting you up even further. And with the 31 and 32, I feel like slowly but surely you're climbing up one step after the other. Slowly but surely you're following this path one step after the other. And again, so interesting with this card again, we get this image of a full moon or a halo that we had in those two cards before. Yeah, I wonder what that is about, the full moon, the halo. Maybe you need to work with the moon or work with your intuition, or maybe follow a spiritual path that is connected to the moon. Maybe a spiritual path from your ancestors, or maybe your ancestors could be your guides in this. Maybe you could connect to your ancestors for guidance, or the spirituality of your ancestors for guidance. Or maybe even this sense of connecting to yourself, connecting to your own heart, connecting to your own desires that will become a guiding light for you in the dark. So yeah, I think overall this winter will be a good period for you to take some time, as we mentioned before, to rest and rejuvenate your body and your mind, and to go inside and reflect, and to maybe stop fighting whatever this difficulty is, and really take a moment of surrendering to it. Not in the sense of saying, okay, everything is fine, I'm saying yes to everything, but accepting that is a reality of things right now, and that will allow you to like pause and have a really good look at what is actually going on once you stop fighting it, and accepting that this is my truth right now. And then from there, asking yourself, how can I bring in more joy? What is that I really want? Where's it that I want to go next? And not pushing it, but allowing things to reveal themselves to you, to unfold, to slowly but surely move up. Just focusing on the next step. You don't need to have a plan for everything. You don't need to have everything planned out right now. It will show itself. It will reveal itself for you, is what I'm getting. But also be hopeful. Be hopeful. Joy and aliveness will be available to you, are available to you right now even. And you will be, and once you're able to see that, then you will be able to move forward on your path. So yeah, I hope I could give you some encouragement with this reading. This is all for now. So thank you so much for spending this time with me. Please consider liking and subscribing, and see you next time. Hello again, and let's get started with your reading. So let's find out what this card actually is. And we have Hearth. Broaden your horizons. Yeah, very interesting. It looks like a very cozy home, but it also has this broaden your horizons. So for me, this has two qualities to it. One is being cozy at home and maybe settling in for winter, but also expanding your inner world is what I'm hearing. Maybe using this time of winter for reflection and meditation, divination maybe even, or learning something new. something like that. But let's get some more cards and let's see what this blessing of renewal is all about. And we have empowerment. So yeah, something will give you a new sense of empowerment or power. And we have the 10 of Pentacles and the 5 of Wands. Actually, let's get one more card. The 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, with that I'm definitely getting you are working on new skills or learning something new with the 8 of Pentacles. And maybe that will give you a sense of empowerment, and that will also broaden your horizons in the sense of that you're gaining new knowledge, new skills, or you're honing your skills and getting very good at something. And that will allow you to create something that is very stable and lasting and will be able to withstand competition and maybe questioning from others. And it's very interesting because in this entire tarot deck, the girl has a blindfold over her eyes, but now it's when you have reached the 10, so to speak, the last step of your journey, then you are able to open your eyes. And she is looking, of course, straight at us. And this woman in this card is also looking straight at us. And even if you're not a woman, then this, of course, applies to you. It's just that the figures in these cards are depicted as female. So I feel there's something about maybe confronting yourself, confronting your shadow, or maybe confronting other people that have been trying to sort of hold you back or talk you out of something or criticize you or make demands of you. I don't know. Maybe you're staring down your quote-unquote enemies. Or maybe you're staring down yourself. Maybe you need to confront your, let's call them bad habits, and maybe develop more self-discipline with the 8 of Pentacles, or just develop better habits or have better structures in place that will support your learning and growing and building something. But we've asked about renewal, so I think what might be new about this is that the work that you're doing, the learning that you're doing, the maybe self-discipline that you're cultivating, or the good habits you're cultivating, they actually give you a sense of empowerment, I think. And maybe before it just felt like a nuisance or a burden or something that you were struggling to do because you didn't really feel that it was, or it didn't really give you a sense of purpose or empowerment. It just felt like a task, an unpleasant task. I think now your focus is shifting. The way you view it is shifting, and it is now giving you a sense of empowerment and clarity, and maybe even allowing you to integrate some parts of your shadow or to heal some wounds around empowerment or agency or making the right decisions for yourself. Okay, but let's have a look at what this blessing of growth is. And we have trust. So maybe trusting yourself, trusting your own abilities, trusting that you will be able to create stability in your life and achieve what you want to achieve in your life with the 10 of Pentacles. Let's get some more cards. We have Temperance and Four of Swords. So I think those two cards are also a call to have a balanced approach where yes, you work hard, and yes, you have a vision on where you want to go, but also you take time to rest, and maybe also time to revise some of the methods or habits you had before. And again, with the Temperance, yes, have a more balanced approach. And also I'm hearing, do things in a way that feels aligned for you, that feels right for you, that feels supportive for you. So if you've struggling maybe to develop good habits, maybe look deeper into why you weren't able to do so. Maybe you were trying to force yourself to do something that isn't really for you, and maybe that is what the trust is about. To trust yourself, to trust your body, to trust your emotions, to trust your mind. One example would be that, for example, people who have emotional trauma, for them it's very difficult to be productive. However, if that is the case, just pushing yourself more to be productive would not be the right approach. The right approach then, of course, would be to look deeper at what is holding you back or what is weighing you down, and work on emotional healing and work on healing and understanding yourself first, and listening to yourself. Listen to the language of your body, listen to the language of your emotions. Don't try to make all your decisions from what you think is right or reasonable, is what I'm hearing. And with the Hearth, also something about taking good care of yourself, creating a soothing and comfortable space for yourself, and an environment where you can work in, but also an environment where you are able to relax and rest and nourish yourself in. That's what I'm hearing. But let's have a look at what other energies might be coming in this winter for you. And we have Fly Agaric, virtual reality. That's interesting. I'm not sure about the virtual reality, but I've worked with Fly Agaric before, and it's interesting because it can go in different directions depending on how you work with it. It can either sort of give you a boost of energy and maybe even increase your productivity, increase your creativity. But it also can help you be able to rest and calm down your nervous system and get the sleep that you need. And I think that goes very well with the Temperance card and what we talked about before, that it's important, I think, for you to figure out how you can use the tools that you have in a way that is helpful for you. Because each tool can be used in different ways, in different directions. And to make choices around that. Make choices by figuring out which area of your life is unbalanced. Because also, the thing that people often told me is, oh, you need to get out of your comfort zone. And I finally sort of made a joke out of it and said, which comfort zone? Because honestly, for me, it is very difficult to feel comfortable and to allow myself to rest and take a pause. And I'm often very restless and stuff like that. So I think even though it's a thing that you often hear from other people, oh, push yourself, get out of your comfort zone, it might be And that is just an example, but that might be exactly the wrong thing, right? If you feel that you've been pushing yourself too hard, then maybe now it is time to rest. But of course, in order to decide that, you need to evaluate that first and find out, do I need to push myself more, or do I need to push myself less? Do I need to seek out inspiration and things that give me energy and drive, or do I need to seek out things that will give me calm and peace and a sense of relaxation? And again, with the trust, I'm getting a strong sense of that. In this case, it means trusting the language of your body, trusting the language of your emotions, listening to them, and going with your heart and going with your body, and not necessarily always going with your mind, is what I'm hearing again. But let's get some more cards. Page of Cups. Yeah, the first thing I'm hearing is be more gentle with yourself. King of Wands. 5 of Cups. And 3 of Wands. Yeah, with the 3 of Wands and the 5 of Cups, I am getting the sense that there are a lot of things that you want to do, but you do need a bit of healing first, is what I'm getting. To spend some time resting and going within. Of course, this is a very fitting theme, of course, for the winter season. To rest and reflect and go within. And then maybe from there get new inspiration and get a new drive. But finding this balance, finding this sort of cycles, or following those cycles of being productive and being restful and being creative and being reflective and so on and so forth. So finding a balance between taking good care of yourself and also following your dreams, following your passions, trying to maybe create something in this world. Because with the King of Wands and those cards over here, the 5 of Wands and the 2 Pentacle cards and even the Empowerment cards, I am getting that maybe you're a very ambitious person. Maybe you want to achieve a lot, or maybe you gain a strong sense of identity or self-worth from it. However, you might have neglected some other aspects of yourself. Maybe you've even neglected some of your physical or emotional needs, or you pushed yourself too hard maybe. And if that's the case, then it would be a good, or you're making your own decision, but it might be beneficial for you to use this winter season to slow down a bit and to revise and adjust and maybe decide which skills you want to sort of learn about more and which skills you want to get better at, and maybe invest some time in that, but in a peaceful, sort of enjoyable way, maybe even exploring, playing, maybe even. And I think the fly agaric also has a very, very playful energy. Of course, in German, this image of the mushroom, the red mushroom with the white dots, we call it Glückspilz, which means lucky mushroom. So it's also a symbol of luck and happiness and playfulness. And it's also very connected to fairy tales. So maybe tap into those childlike, playful energies more. Might be beneficial for you. Have a bit more work-life balance. And also I think that's how you reconnect to your creativity, because when we are stressed, the parts of our brain that are creative, they actually sort of shut down, and we're very much in survival mode where we take like the shortest route always, and we never explore or get inspiration or get creative. And so I think if you want to tap into those energies again, you have to allow yourself to rest and to play and to do things that bring you joy, and maybe spend some time redecorating your home or making like some nice food, something that feels nourishing, something that feels creative, something that speaks to your inner child. Maybe make some food that you loved as a child, or play with colors if that's something you loved as a child, something like that. Yeah, be a bit more gentle with yourself, be a bit kinder to yourself, maybe have a bit more empathy for yourself, and maybe even find yourself worth your sense of empowerment in other things than just your skills or your job or your business, or the things that you can do even, and find a sense of self-worth and empowerment just in being yourself. I think that's a very strong message that is getting in now, and I can feel the energy is really like calming down and slowing down, and really sort of the heart sort of softening. And I'm hearing you're good enough. So maybe that's something that you need to hear. Don't always chase things. Open up to the possibility that you don't even need to do things to be successful, to be good enough. Open up your heart and your mind to the possibilities that time spent on rest, time spent on being playful is actually time well spent. Or maybe it could be the other way around as well. If you spend all your time on resting, I don't think that's for most of you, but could be. Then to create more balance, of course, put routines or habits into place, really work on your skills. But I think for most of you, it will be about loosening up and trusting that you're not wasting time by resting or playing or being creative or making time for self-care or for nourishing yourself. Trust that isn't a waste of time. Okay, let's get one more card. And I'm seeing this card, so Harvest of the Heart, balance, strength, and vulnerability. Yes, this card is so fitting with the rest of the reading. So more about balancing and harvest of the heart, tapping more into the heart and being kinder to yourself, being more playful, softening your heart. That's a strong sense that I got in my physical body, the softening of the heart, allowing yourself maybe to be vulnerable, and knowing when to do what, knowing when you have to sort of pull it together and be strong and push through, and knowing when you can soften up a bit and relax a bit more. Okay, yeah, so I feel this upcoming winter will be a really good opportunity for you to create more balance in your life and to sort of shift your ideas about your priorities in life, or your tools or techniques to achieve the things that you want in life, and open up to yourself a bit more, to your, as I mentioned before, emotions and the language of your body. But I do feel that if you can embrace that, then it will be a very peaceful, restful, rejuvenating, even productive and fruitful time, but in a very balanced and harmonious sense. So, all right, that is all for today. So thank you so much for spending this time with me. Please consider liking and subscribing, and see you next time.